Hello and thanks for watching. Today for my 2017 Porsche Macan, I'm going to start by replacing these hoses which run from the gearbox through to the radiator to cool the automatic transmission fluid. I've had a little bit of a look and seen that it's actually 18mm here on the new part that's where the bit's going to be replaced, and 22mm spanner required to loosen this collar, which seems as if it will spin off. So there's obviously two needing to be replaced. Need to make sure I get them in the right order, and as well as looking at the parts diagram, I just noticed obviously they've got it colour coded. So this little blue ring here and the blue tape here, obviously suggesting that they are to go together, and that corresponds nicely with the one that I've actually got as the replacement that's got the blue on it. So I know which one I'm fitting, and that does seem to match with what I was looking at from the parts diagram, just for which one was going to be bolted in at the back here. So I've got a couple of old shoelaces, effectively to tie these up, because effectively I don't want to leak any more automatic transmission fluid than necessary. So I plan to take one off at a time. Obviously catch this in a little tray here to catch the old oil in it, and then we'll say just fit the new hoses, but then I'll be tying up the new hoses just out of the way, just to make sure that if there is any more drips in it, it's not going to be trying to drip out, although there are covers on the end of both hoses. So I'll start by probably replacing, see if I can get the rear hose done first, and do the front one second. And it turned out it was actually a 19mm on this smaller part, 22mm on the collar. Came off easier than expected, and there wasn't really too much oil in there. I'd read that there was only likely to be about 500ml, including the radiator. Obviously the radiator was already off, and it probably was holding actually the majority of that, so not too much coming out, but I'll need to see how much obviously I need to refill once I've actually fitted the radiator. So you can see I've got a cover on there, and a cover on that one at the top there, just obviously tied up together. So I'll release them once I'm actually ready to fit the radiator, which is nearly there, but I think I want to continue and get the suspension done first, just potentially maybe making it easier access. If I'm going to have to put the intercooler bracket on at this side, to support the radiator, then it's just maybe going to get in the way of me actually getting in to get the suspension done. And given it's proving a bit problematic, I think I'll do that first. So I'll maybe have another look at that now. Having done the ATF coolant pipes, I thought I'd also look at fitting these additional pipes that lead to the condenser. I can see that actually I'm missing a bracket, so I think there's a bracket that fits in here, which then holds this particular pipe up, because then when that one's obviously coming from the condenser. Let's say there's another piece that I've got that fits here. It's quite a involved shape. I think this fits up and round to go then to the upper point on the condenser. I realised as well that I've ordered the wrong size O-rings for one of them. They're slightly different size pipes. The small one is what's needed. The larger one that I've got there is actually part of the air system, but it's where it goes into the compressor itself. So I need to order the correct one, but given that I can't actually hold up yet because I'm obviously missing the bracket this is attached to, I think I'll just leave fitting them for now, and then I'll come back and fit them at the some point later. And while I'm down in this corner looking at the aircon pipes, I noticed this particular pipe here. It runs down from effectively behind the headlamp, and it looks as if this has got a plastic piece that's stuck in it. I think it's actually just one of these pieces that's broken off. That's where the it obviously provides some ventilation for the headlamp. So I'm missing one from that's the right hand piece that you're looking at the moment. The left hand piece that I've got sitting below that actually sits in this place is missing its corresponding piece that would obviously go in that hole. So I'll maybe swap around the piece from one to the other. I'll get other one on order, and see if I can just see if this piece is going to locate fully. I think I'll need to put another expander nut into here. Once I've got some, I don't think that I actually ordered them for this, so I might be missing some from the bumper then that I think I originally ordered it for, but just work around and see again what I can get fitted and what I'm missing. I think what I found definitely is that sometimes the PET diagrams show things twice, effectively on, when you're connecting things together, it shows it on both diagrams, and other times it's maybe just showing it at once. And obviously with buying some parts, sometimes if you buy a new part, then it gets, say, maybe it would have got all the expander nuts actually fitted into it, whereas when you buy some second hand, then you maybe take your chances as to what's actually in there. So anyway, I'll just see if this is going to fit properly, or whether I find that actually it's not going to sit until I'm ready to put the bumper in. So have a go anyway. I had a look again actually, and this hole at the right hand side there, it's actually must take a different fitting, because it's just falling over. The holes that the expander nuts go into are actually slightly squarer. Obviously it's deceptive because the front of the piece is obviously round, so expander nut doesn't go there. So I don't want to obviously try and force it because it's not the right thing. I'll have a look and see what is actually supposed to go on. Obviously that allows that piece then say to be fitted. I haven't screwed it in at the other side, but it's sitting in there, and I'll have to obviously realise where I need to route the pipe. It needs to go down the far side, but just it was able to actually use other markings that were on the pipe. It's going to be difficult to see there, but just above that little clip there is actually a mark where the pipe was sitting now, but there was a mark below it which looked as if it had been there for a bit longer. So I'm guessing that the pipe moved slightly, so I moved it back to its right position, but that's the type of thing I'm having to do, just to have a look for little marks like that, because there's another pipe here which you'll see running across, which is actually for the washer system, and I've got it just about connected to the bottom of the headlamp that's sitting in there. I think that's where it goes to, and there's a clip part way across, which you can just see there, and I've spotted a mark on the back of this particular intercooler bracket, which looks as if it has previously had one. Obviously not from this car, but obviously I guess that's obviously found the right place for that clip to go. So it's just a bit of detection work to work out exactly where things go, to fit it all together.
So since recording the first part of this video where I was looking at the air conditioning, the condenser lines, I got the seat belt back, so I've fitted that. So that's the last piece of the interior in. That's the interior totally done, which is good news. Everything's fitted back. The headlining seems to be going in well, all nice and neat. It's difficult to see inside the dark bit inside the car, but it's sitting well. I'm quite pleased with that. So obviously just relies on the other mechanical bits to be completed, for which I now have in a whole bag of different screws, and these are all the bits that I was missing. So I will get on with fitting them at some point, but that effectively will complete this particular video. For continuity purposes, I do realise part way through when I was looking at it, I said I would go on and have a look at this is front suspension. Well, I did, but I decided I wasn't going to be able to make any progress with that, and that's why I went on to the condenser. Anyway, to be continued, where hopefully I'll be getting some more parts fitted, potentially fitting the radiator and that. So anyway, thanks very much for watching.